Might as well just continue there.
Yeah.
Or are you doing like an intro?
No, I was just going to go on to talk about what yesterday about you having to raise finance quickly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
That was
That was interesting.
That was
Walking
fun,
around the
wasn't it?
bullring, and then
I
all of a
know.
sudden you had to find
So
what was it-
finance in
what-
like 3.5 seconds.
About an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was there's a flip we're doing. It's a mixed commercial. We've done an exchange with delayed completion. So we've exchanged contracts on it and we've got 6 months to complete. So I had this investor lined up from last year to invest through his SAS pension. And he's been struggling to get the money out of the SAS. There's just been delay after delay. And then obviously yesterday I said, look, we were due to complete like next week. Are you ready to go? Because the week before he was messaging me going, got the money sent over. We'll be able to draw down soon.
You've just said a lot of words there that I had no idea what they mean. A lot of words. Start from the beginning. You bought a building that was commercial to residential.
It's a mixed commercial.
What does that mean?
And resi. So the bottom is commercial.
Right.
And above it is a flat, which is
right.
residential. So it's a
okay.
mix.
So you bought the building with the commercial, so it could be a nice bakery at the bottom and a flat at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we've done an exchange of delayed completion.
And you've done an exchange on delayed completion, which means you've exchanged and then completed later.
So we exchanged contracts,
Yeah.
which means we're legally obligated to buy it.
Right.
We set the deadline for when we have to complete by.
Yeah.
We've paid 10% upfront on the day of exchange
Right.
as almost like a commitment fee.
Yeah.
And then we got 6 months to find the money to buy it.
Wow.
But we've agreed with the owner, whilst we're raising the finance to buy it, now we've got the certainty that we are buying it, we can start the refurb. So the goal was to do the refurb, then actually the day we complete, we can put it up for sale. So we're not stuck paying interest, during the whole refurb.
Yeah.
So it's to really shorten our bridge fees and that. And then obviously I'd found someone to invest in it. And they was doing it via their SAS, and the SAS pensions are very strict with their rules, and they updated their rules in January. But we'd agreed this a year ago. And now SAS say that you have to, they want first charge.
Right.
SAS pensions one first charge.
Yep. And it used to be second charge and a personal guarantee.
Okay.
And now they said because they've been messed around for money, and obviously they're responsible for managing their clients' money, they want the highest level of security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me saying, look, based on where I'm at, I'm not going to invest. And I was like, we was meant to be getting the money like next week.
Oh no! Did your heart sink? Did you think, oh?
So I messaged you. I said I did have a little emotional reaction. It was just that, of course, this is property. Why would it be easy?
yeah.
But I'm so used to that now. Like the emotional reaction is, it used to be like, boom. I'd have been like, the world's ending, and this is it's ruined everything. And I've waited all this time, and why me? And now it's go, okay, right. How do I solve this? Message some people. Let's get this money raised. So it was just had to do whatever it takes. Like.
Wow.
Whilst we was out shopping, we was in Bill's having lunch, and Dev went, was that a bad text? I was like, it's not ideal, but I just lost 95 grand. So I need to now find it. So let me just make some phone calls. So
what would have happened if you couldn't find the money?
That's not even an option. So
Yeah, I love that.
I didn't even consider it because it's out there, it exists. I just need to go and just go get it. So just messaging people that I know. Just like, look, it's only short term anyway.
Lend us a tenner.
Please, yeah. Just so you know, someone's pulled out. Have you got £95,000 next week, please? So.
And someone said yes.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But I've built up I've been telling people I have different time frame investors that I work with.
Okay.
So what I mean is there's people who I know will invest now.
Yeah.
There's people that I think they're going to be investors in 5 to 10 years time.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're going to invest with me right now in their current situation, but I know they're going to get to a point when it's easier just to invest with me than it would be do the stuff themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm working on relationships that are decades into the future.
Well, that leads us into a really nice introduction. We should probably give an introduction to Lewis, because what we've just done there in just a couple of minutes is very similar to sort of what we do on our calls, which is you teach us something new every time. It feels like literally every time we meet up, there's something new to learn or be reminded of about the options out there when it comes to property investment. And we do feel like we know a lot, but we're very aware that we don't know it all. So for people who are listening to the podcast, this is Lewis, and Lewis is our wave now. Is that the camera over there, or is it that one?
Well, it's all of them, isn't it?
All
All right.
Yeah.
Lewis,
All right, camera one.
Lewis is Lewis. We've been working with Lewis since January. It's felt like loads longer than that. I feel like I've known you all my life.
Well, it's every week, isn't it? Week in, week out. We're showing up. We're on the messenger nearly every day. Like it's a high intensity relationship.
It is a really intense relationship, actually.
We've had tears. We've had celebrations.
Tears. Oh my gosh, meltdowns.
Yeah.
Excitement. absolutely every emotion you can think of since January, but what a journey we've been on since. And publicly, like, thank you. Genuinely, it's been incredible. Like, where we are now, we'd never have been anywhere close to this. We are literally living the journey we wanted to live because of you. We'd never have been able to do it on our own. And I know, does that make you feel uncomfortable?
No, it's wonderful. But it makes me feel like you don't realise that I'm grateful that, because like you took the risk in me, right? And I take it like my job's, I'm very responsible. If someone's going to invest in working with me, like I feel like I have to get them results.
Yeah.
Right, that's my job. So it's like I feel massive responsibility over helping you get what you want.
Of course.
And that's why everything we do is set up to make sure that you are on track to get what you want.
Yeah. But also at the same time, you do feel an element of responsibility. We never feel like you're responsible for us. We always feel like we're very responsible for us. So you're very clever at making us very...
It's accountability though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what we needed. And I think, obviously, the stage that we were working with the Fontaine brothers, Lewis was always the next step.
Yeah, it was the next step.
And we needed that.
We needed something, yeah.
And I think we were ready in terms of the mistakes that we'd made and where we were on our journey to raise finance. Do you know what I mean? I think that was the next progression for us.
We didn't, what we needed was definitely the accountability. But we needed somebody with all the knowledge that you have as well to help us.
Yeah.
We don't need to know everything, but we needed a direction. I'll never forget our first call, and you said, "So why are you doing this then?"
And we didn't have an answer.
It was nuts.
We said, "Oh, we want more properties," and you said,
we'll
"Why?"
get more.
And I said, "Oh, because we want more properties." And you were, "Yeah, but why?" I was like, "Just to have loads of properties."
It was just going nowhere. I was like, and then what? He's like, well, then we'll have more money. Like, do what? To buy more properties.
But it was like the clarity aspect as well. We never had clarity on our goals. He was like, well, what's the goal here? And we were like, we don't fucking know.
No,
We've been doing this for 18 months. We don't know.
We don't know where we're going, but we just know we've got to get more properties.
But everyone does that.
Yeah.
It's the first call I have is always to figure out what the plan is, and there's always no plan.
Yeah, there was no plan.
Yeah.
That's why I love like working with Italian Sam and the Freedom Warriors and that, because it's goal setting. It's just totally oriented on what you want.
It is.
Right? I know you say like property's involved in that, but to be honest, most of our calls aren't even to do with that. It's to do with like the mental barriers that you're putting in front of yourselves. Like
100%.
To get this next flip deal.
Yeah.
He was like, we don't have the money. I was like, yeah, it's not going to stop you doing it, is it? You're like, oh, well, it was a second ago.
Yeah.
And then I was like delving deep into like, what's actually stopping you committing here and then going to do it? And then once you committed, how quickly did you find the money?
Very quickly.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's so, like, we came to you for property support and advice, which you definitely give us, but actually what you give us more of is that mindset shift.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine it like a year ago putting myself out there on social media.
Social media is like a big one.
Yeah.
Like even now, we just
but
couldn't
now
put
you're
our
like,
faces on
we're doing
it.
podcasts now.
I know,
we can do a post.
7 months later, 8 months later, here we are on podcast. So the shift in mindset has been massive. But yeah, the other day, so you just said just get a deal and you'll find the money. And Jacob likes to dance around the point, doesn't he?
He was defending the reason why you can't do it. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, can you do it? Yeah, would we find it out? And you just like, we just go through a process to uncover, that you could do it.
Yeah.
There's no way you couldn't.
And then
it's way more it's so much more mindset than anything.
Yeah, it is. It is
that's
mindset
what it really
than anything.
is.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? That's what it comes down to, the mindset.
It was. So
but sometimes you need someone who believes in you more, and you almost like lean on their belief in you before yours kicks in.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel that's why I provide with my clients is the belief that they can do it, because I can see the path forward. Like I've done it, so I can give you the experience and I can see like what you're capable of, like way ahead of what you believe you are.
Yeah. No.
Hopefully,
that's mad. It's mad.
Hopefully next week now, if our ducks are aligned and we do the right things that we should. Not if. No, that's the wrong word.
I was going to say when.
When.
Even the language.
Right?
I'm on top of you, just language.
But I think that it's that mindset of like believing that you're already at your destination a long time before you get there. You're speaking it into the future.
We should be raising next week, when we sort out all the tax, that we could be raising up to £250,000.
Yeah.
Like, that would have terrified us 6 months ago. That would have been too scary,
yeah,
wouldn't it? Whereas now, it's like just that next step of dealing with $250,000
of other people's money.
Other people's money.
Yeah.
That's mental. Like, that's something we could only have dreamed. And to be honest, I might not even want it because it's such a massive responsibility a year ago. I might have felt like that was way out of I wouldn't have been able to comprehend that or have the confidence to do that properly. And now We're like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll just do this, and this with it.
Yeah, I can remember a year ago saying to Sophie, right, we need to start raising finance. And she was like, right, the only thing that scares me about that is I don't know what I'm doing.
It's
But
just it's a fair reason to
Yeah,
be scared when
yeah,
you don't know what
yeah,
you're doing
yeah.
and you're responsible. It is
Yeah,
scary.
of course. But now we just...
Yeah. Now we know what to do with it.
But now we have a process, right? It's
Now
like,
we have a
right, what's the
process.
fear? What's the responsibility? How do we handle that? How do we protect it? How do we make sure we've done the due diligence? Then that gives you the confidence to then go and do it.
Yeah.
And because
cool.
you've done it as well. It's because you've been on that journey. You've done it. Like, I know we joke to say, like, you can never leave us now, but you can never leave us. Ever.
So I feel about my coaches. Like, please don't let me be on my
No,
own. Like,
I
you
know.
can't. It's not
Yeah.
safe for
could
me on my
never.
own. Keep me focused. Keep me on track. Like, I
Never.
just need that support.
There's that support, yeah.
And the accountability,
the
isn't it?
accountability of things.
Because if we
I
didn't
know.
have the regular check-ins and you weren't keeping us accountable, we drift away from our goals. Do you know what I mean? We wouldn't have...
Yeah, why do you do that? Why do we do that? Why can't we be accountable for our own actions? Why would you... Is it a mindset thing? Is it a... Like,
I think it's just easy to get away with on your own, isn't it?
As well, how easy is it to get away
Yeah,
on your
it's
own?
easy.
Like, how easy is it to like develop an unconscious pattern of behaviour or a story that you agree with is the reason why you can't do it?
Yeah.
Then you've
What's-
got to come and sell
yeah.
me your story. And I ain't gonna fucking believe that shit. And you're like, Lewis, we can't get this next
And
deal.
you're
We
just
don't
like,
have the
"Yeah, fuck
money. And I
off."
just sit there like, we'll go get the money. You're like, oh, and then do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to sell someone else. And that's
Jacob-
why
A few weeks ago, Jacob said, I'm going to go to all the property inspections. And you went, right, go. Property inspections. A week later, you said, do you do those property inspections? Oh, well, you know, I couldn't really get the time off. So I'll try my best. And you said, so are you going to go do it? No.
But-
you were fine with that because you can't say you're going to do something unless you plan it and actually do it.
Yeah.
it's what habits you create, right? You're either committing or you're committing to not doing it. So
Yeah, of
I just want to know,
course.
like, what we committing to? You actually serious about it? And there is some fluff actions occasionally, right, where you think this is the road, but then it diverts quickly to realizing that's not the thing.
Yeah.
And that's happened a lot.
It happens to everyone all the time, but
Yeah.
you only do that by like going forwards. Like, you got to have a plan, you move towards it, then you realize that doesn't work, so you get better at creating better plans.
Yeah. That's so interesting. It is. You just get better at creating the better plans.
Yeah, but you've got to have a plan to begin with, right? You've got
Yeah.
to be moving towards something to realize
Yeah.
that's not the thing. And then you can adjust, but at least you've moved forward, you've got the experience, you've got some knowledge, and you realize, actually, that's not what I want. I'm just going to pivot into a slightly different area. We had it with you. You wanted to actually own all the essays yourselves, right?
Yeah.
And then didn't the regulation change?
Yeah.
Because we had
Yeah.
that, I remember where I was when we had that call, and we was like, right, we're going to pivot, but based on the rules, and then you can still hit the outcome.
Yeah.
Right, so the outcome doesn't change, but how you get there can.
Yeah. Then that was
And that was probably the best
the
thing that happened.
best thing that ever happened to us.
Isn't that weird, eh?
And I
Best
can
thing.
remember being on the phone to you and Dad, and I was like, the business is fucked.
That's it. This is
We're going to lose
fucked,
the
this has
business. Like, what are we
happened,
going to
it's
do? And then,
ruined.
like, a couple of months down the line, it's just grown. I think the revenue's gone up 400%.
It's ruined.
Honest to God.
Yep.
So
From that call, it's gone up 400%.
it's the first of August today. So yesterday is obviously the last day of July, and Luke sits tirelessly for hours and hours doing all the numbers, and it's great. He does it. We've got processes in place for that moving forward for support from bookkeepers, but he did them all himself. And yesterday he came bounding up the stairs and said, "You'll never guess what."
Go on,
You'll
tell me.
never,
What's this?
ever
Is
guess
isn't this
what."
lovely how this just like naturally lined up? Go on. How much
Never
did you?
ever guess what? So the management business revenued
100.
120
Yeah, 120 grand.
in a month.
120,000.
Yeah, in a month. And our own rent to essays revenued
It's about 60, wasn't it?
about 60. So we revenued £200,000 in July,
Fucking hell.
but we made £24,000
In a month.
in a month.
In a
Yeah,
month.
In a month.
Yeah.
I know.
But
I know.
Because we like...
That's
insane,
that's
isn't
someone's
it?
year's wage.
Yeah.
I know, it's mad. It's mad.
I know.
It's crazy how
And
like.
it's bonkers, isn't it? We've got to take a couple of expenses off on that. And there's a couple of bills here and there.
Oh,
but
you've got peasants now, you know, on
I,
beans again.
I think because we're in this mindset of like delayed gratification, and we always talk about it. Now that we have it, we don't really know
No,
what
you
to do with it.
embody it. You guys embody it
Yeah.
like I've never
Yeah.
seen anyone else commit to delayed gratification.
I
like,
know.
You were just refusing to give yourself anything.
Yeah.
It was a
Refusing.
problem. Like, I was genuinely concerned. Because I was like, if you do this forever, you're never going
Yeah,
to get what
yeah.
you want. Like, you're just delaying it forever. I was like, we can give ourselves rewards, right?
Yeah.
And the reward will only encourage you to take on more.
Why are we not very good at giving ourselves rewards?
don't know.
But the game of property is who can delay gratification the longest,
there will
right?
come a
Yeah.
So if
time.
I can keep delaying it and keep storing and keep building, you know, when that compounds, we're in a completely different area.
Yeah.
It's like the penny that doubles every day for 30 days. It's like day 30,
Yeah,
it's 5
exactly.
million.
Yeah.
But if you'd taken that at day, whatever, 19,
Yeah.
like you'd have really
Yeah.
messed up the compounding. So there is that aspect to the time frame, but you also need rewards. Otherwise, you're just in the suffering and it doesn't end.
Yeah. And we have suffered, and I do feel like, well, maybe we shouldn't talk about the suffering.
No, we should. People need to realise that it happens.
But there has been years. We've been doing this for 5 years, only seriously for 2 years.
Yeah.
But there has been a significant amount of sacrifice
Yep.
of our own time, of money, of
that no one sees
that
either.
no one
No one
sees.
sees Sunday nights when you're getting messages or like out with the family. Oh, 95 grand. Sorry, mate. You're like, I need to
Yeah.
complete next week. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
Like, no one sees that.
No one
That's
sees
why
that.
I want to say this quote, right? And it's very rude. So you
Love a
might take this
quote.
out, right? But it was a Dan Pena one. I heard it the other day and it's just so funny. He said, success is like getting pregnant. Everyone says congratulations, but nobody knows how many times you've been fucked.
It's true.
I just thought that's so brilliant. Like, oh, no one knows how many times it's gone terrible, and we've had calls of you in tears and you're crying and there's frustrations and you've lost money and someone's messed you around. Like, no one sees that.
No one sees
They
that.
just see the keys going, another one, or the stage where you're at now, where you just said, that insane number, but they don't see the absolute sacrifice.
The absolute sacrifice.
Like we had a call when you was kitting out a property yourself on a Sunday for free.
Oh my God, remember
Just for
that?
fun. And the kids were there. Like, no one sees those times.
And not just that, we'd driven from Birmingham to Manchester. It was February half term, and we just decided to give up 4 days of our February half term to go kid out a property for free and use our own money to do half of it.
Yeah.
And you were like, what are you doing?
I was actually like,
What are you doing?
Give me the strength to
This
help.
is there's no need to be doing that. And I said, but these things come round. Like, we're all about helping people, but that was just charitable.
Yeah, and
beyond.
we learned.
I was going like philanthropist stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
We learned a lot from that situation and EFRA. We learned
lot.
that we can't, working with first-time investors, there has to be clear expectations from the start.
Yeah.
We can't operate like that. Staging properties when you're managing is a big no-no.
Ridiculous.
Using your own money.
Yeah.
And expecting the investor to go, yeah, don't worry, I'll reimburse you.
Yeah.
Even when he didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So it was all a learning process. Do you know what I
Remember
mean?
we were talking about onboarding fees, and I was like, I don't think we should charge people to onboard with us. I'll just put all this time into marketing their property and making it a success for them, but I won't charge them. And you were like, what are you doing?
They
So-
sound insane, doesn't it?
What?
But trying to sell someone else on that story, right? Because if you believe that, you might have continued that. You
Yeah.
know, but to sell someone else on why we're doing it is actually quite a hard sell. And then when
Yeah.
you say out loud, you realise like, oh no,
Yeah.
this isn't actually a wonderful idea.
And when somebody now says, oh, I didn't realise it was £250. I have so much confidence in saying my time is so valuable,
Yeah.
and we're a 10% management company. You're going to earn loads, and this is going to be
You
a
can
really
go pay
great journey.
15% if you want.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally fine.
But like,
But
but
250
even that is
quid.
cheap though.
Yeah,
that is cheap.
Even that is cheap. Like onboarding
Onboarding.
fees are 400 or 500 quid.
yeah, they're hardly anything. So
But I knew you guys would be like that because obviously the first thing we go over when I start working with you is like learning what your top human needs are.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
to
talk to us about
understand
human
yourself.
needs. This is so funny. You reference this a lot. You even referenced it with your wife.
Yeah. That's how I see people. It's like instantly, like I divide you into like 6 categories, right? Because like it dictates your personality.
Yeah.
Like, I could just tell
What are the
based.
6 categories?
Oh, don't make me recite off the top of my head. But so there's I'll just recommend anyone watching this, go watch Tony Robbins'
Tony
6
Robbins,
Human Needs.
6 human needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
that
like,
was a big
so
one.
you need all 6 of them, but
Yeah.
you always have a dominant 2.
Yeah.
So I knew as your job obviously as a teacher, I would guarantee that one of your top needs was contribution.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're contributing massively to these people's lives, to their education. Like
Sure.
you're not there to get rich, are you?
No.
So you're there to purely contribute. And that's why I knew that contribution would sharpen your business.
Yeah.
And it was showing up with, we just need to help these people. We'll do it on our own time, our own money,
Yeah.
because it's meeting your needs to do that,
Yeah.
which obviously I brought to view. But I said, we need to meet those needs in a different way.
Sure.
And that's why, to be able to leave your job, you're going to need to still have your needs met. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
going to feel like there's no purpose but we need to find a way to meet them in a different way.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and there's no amount of money or properties will be able to fill that void if you're not.
No.
If you're not contributing in some way. And like you see like a lot of people like they donate to charity, a certain amount of profits, they donate to charity, or they
You can offset 5% as well, I
but
think,
like
as a tax write-off. That's why it's
that's why they
but
do
yeah,
it.
no, I understand it. You know, you've got to be contributing if you're in a role like that.
What's your human need?
I don't know, but my
oh, good. Glad we learned this. This is such
to be honest, right? I know that Lewis set me a goal to watch it, and I didn't watch it. So
he likes the uncertainty. Clearly, he doesn't want any certainty. So his top need is clearly uncertainty.
Just to let everyone know, today is Saturday, the
1st of August.
This podcast was booked for yesterday.
Yeah.
But Jacob and his fickle, scatty mind just didn't turn up.
Yeah, I love working so much.
Yeah, he just loves it. No, but the human needs are such an important role in your business, and to help understand yourself as well and how you best work. And then also dealing with investors, you need to know what their needs are too.
Yeah.
So, now this massive investment that will come off if we see fit for it to do so, which we haven't decided yet, and I'll come on to why in a moment, but his human need, I thought, so again, new learning all the time. We went into our second call with this investor going, well, everyone's human need is family. Everyone has to provide for a family, right? So we'll just go in with, oh, do you have children? You know, and you like to go on holiday? Yeah, experiences and all of that. And he wasn't interested. He doesn't raise money. He doesn't invest for his children. He said, no, they've got a trust fund with over £200,000 in each. They're fine. But I still make them flip burgers in Burger King. Like, that was his children, just wasn't the thing. He wanted to invest money purely for the challenge.
Yeah, just wanted the challenge of it.
That's what he wanted. So why are you investing then? I really like the challenge, he said, didn't he? And I've got too much income. Nice problem to get.
Yeah, wonderful problem.
So this challenge now, I will invest with you if we can find a way for this to be structured efficiently for tax purposes, and investing in property for the first time for me because it'll be a challenge.
Also, I would go certainty and significance, Mr. Oh, I've done it. I've done the challenge. I've won. And the certainty of how we're going to do it. Because he went deep on the how, right?
But I think that's what we installed in him, though.
Yeah.
Certainty. I think coming away from that call, there was not one objection that we didn't handle.
So much so, he went away and did research that he asked us to do.
Yeah.
He wanted us to find out about certain things to do with bridging, which we already knew when we were putting together in our sort of next presentation. But he said, oh, I found the answer for this for you. So I feel like he's quite excited about this challenge. Yeah. If we can make it. Now, I was speaking to a chap the other day and I was telling him about the situation we're in, about we have to make it sort of tax efficient for his business and he wants to invest a lot of money into us. And he said, God, you're jumping through a lot of hoops for this guy. I said, it's a lot of money. It's going to change everything. And he said, yeah, but you can just get investment somewhere else. And I said, can you? And he said, yeah, just reach out and find more investment. This is a lot of work for one person. I thought that's a really interesting way of looking at it. Really interesting. He said, if it doesn't fit what you want to do, then maybe it's not the right thing, not the right investor for you at this time. Mm-hmm. And that was also a realization that actually, if we can't make it work, then we just can't make it work this time.
I think it's like when we started the SA business, I think at the start there's more of a, you want the deal to work, so you jump over hoops, don't you?
And that's why we did all that staging for free.
Yeah.
But where's the line with doing whatever it takes to win? Like sometimes you just got to do whatever it takes. It's not convenient, but you've got to do whatever it takes to pull this off, which is what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So where's the demonstration line between whatever it takes is like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
Because success isn't by what you're willing to do, it's defined by how many things you're not willing to do.
Yeah.
Because I've had people go, oh, why would you invest in North Wales? What, you drive 4 hours up there and then 4 hours back to do one viewing?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? I was like, because I'm willing to do what it takes.
Yeah.
Whereas you're not, and that's why I've got multiple properties up there and you don't.
Yeah,
so I'll do what it takes.
Yeah.
So there is a line where I get what you're saying. Like there is a line where it's probably too far.
Yeah.
But also there is whatever it takes. But you only learn that through the process. Like you've learned that with properties you'll take on now. Going, we could take that on, but it's just not worth it for us.
Yeah. When is it worth it for us? When, like how? And I think the amount that he wants to invest is worth it for us.
Yeah.
Because it would transform
how much would it propel
business.
us forward? Is it worth jumping these hurdles to make that progress? And are we willing to pay that price? That's where you need to be at.
And I'd be very disappointed with us if we didn't explore every possible option that we had right now
Because we're learning as well. Isn't
I
And
mean,
we're
the
learning as well.
experience, how much
The
Yeah,
things did
experience.
you learn before that on a next investor call, you go, yeah, we thought about that, we've done that, we know
Exactly.
this now, like,
And we want to be working with these individuals who are going to invest significant amount of money. We only have to deal with one person. So if we make it work for him, then there's like a blueprint to make it work for the next person who's got $250,000, $500,000,
couple
a
million.
million.
Yeah.
You know, once we can make it work first time, then we can just say, tell your friends, because we made it work for you. So now we can make it work for them as well.
Well, that's why, investing in you guys would be important because, again, your top needs contribution. So you're doing whatever it takes to make sure you deliver.
Yeah.
And I've seen how much you really care. Like genuinely, like it bothers you to your core. If like there was a few numbers you didn't know with that flip deal, and you was
Oh
like,
my God,
"We're not
I
having a
know.
call with these investors. I'm not telling them anything about the deal. I need to know everything. It's their money. We are not risking losing anything."
We had a big argument, didn't we, on the phone?
Yeah,
me
you
and
was.
you.
It
Remember?
was very passionate because like
Did we?
you're just
Yeah.
not willing to not. Well, you was getting told off, but you're probably used to that.
When was
So
it?
it's just.
What was it? What was it over the Park Hill?
It's just the numbers. Like she was like, I don't know this builder. I want to have a chat
Oh,
with them.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
we need the
yeah,
certainty.
yeah,
How do
yeah.
we know this?
Yeah,
Like,
I know. To be fair, I understand. It was going back to just working with Ryan, I suppose. I was just saying, look, I just trust him blindly.
yeah,
But
but
you were like,
I don't know
you
him,
were like,
so I can't.
yeah,
default
you were like,
trust
yeah,
him.
maybe yeah. No, I understand why
And
you'd
maybe
be like
that way
that.
this is another realization actually. You deal with uncertainty quite well.
His top need is uncertainty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more.
Whereas
Yeah.
one of my top needs is complete certainty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's why there's a balance there, right? Because you need all the certainty, and
Yeah,
you bring like the
Luke,
relaxed.
Luke is the balance.
Yeah, yeah. Luke is the rational one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully.
Like
fully
you didn't need
agree.
to be certain of everyone and the team and who
No.
they're working with. You just went, yeah, no, it's fine. Like there's.
Which is a good thing, really, because it's so needing certainty. Because we've worked with builders in the past that have been like Norton Road and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been awful. So yeah, no, it is the right balance,
I'm
definitely.
so excited about Park Hill though. So excited.
Yeah, because I feel like every aspect of it is
Covered.
Yeah.
Due
Yeah,
diligence.
so why
done,
aren't you put off
covered.
then? So you had that experience that was completely awful.
Mhm.
Why going into a place where it could show up again?
Yeah, considering my top human need is certainty, because this time I know that we can do it properly.
Yeah.
I know that this time and every time from now on, I know exactly what we shouldn't be doing. I know exactly. And like when I had that meltdown on the phone call, you went, oh yeah, let's be fine. Just trust these people. And I'm going, no, I need to know exactly what's going on here. That part came from the fear because we've done it so wrong. So we did it wrong last time. So with Norton Road, we didn't have a schedule of works.
We didn't know. We bought it on a mortgage. We didn't know what a comparable was. we said that it was going to be 360 NVAL. I think when we had a look at the comparables, it was 320
Max.
maximum.
Nice.
We didn't know square meterage. Didn't take any of that.
No, none of that into consideration.
So all that happened, and the meaning you gave was this means next time we know what we're doing and we'll do it better. Not
Yeah.
this means everything went wrong, so this means it's not for us. This means we shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right? Because the same situation you can assign a different meaning to it. Right? And you've gone, this means next time we know what's going to happen, we can do it better.
Yeah.
Whereas some people go, this means that it's too much, I don't want to get involved again, it could go wrong, like this means it's not for me.
Yeah.
I've seen both play out.
Yeah.
So it's just like the mindset thing is just you associate meaning to things.
But also I know that the strategy works because other people are successful with
so
it.
environment.
Yeah.
So around
Yeah.
people that are doing it normalizes the result.
Well, exactly, and yeah.
Now it's weird if we're not doing it because everyone else
Yeah.
is. So like that's why the Free the Warriors with Sam and that it's just a group of people who are all doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normalizing, raising millions of pounds.
That's it.
That being around people who have done that,
And that's
making
called-
that normal, and then that also that becomes normal to you.
What is the thing? What is the theory about being around five
It's
people
called
or something?
unconscious involuntary replication.
Oh, of course it is.
That's what it's called.
That's why you're a coach.
Yeah, that's why. This is why I enjoy this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with is because of unconscious involuntary replication, which means you unconsciously, without thought, start to replicate people's behavior involuntarily. So
Five
if
people.
you've ever had a friend and all of a sudden they've got a saying and all of a sudden you're picking up their
Yeah,
sayings
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
going, oh no, it sounds just like them. Like I'm
Exactly.
using their quotes, I'm using their lingo. And I think it's just back from when, it must have been years ago when people in agreement obviously move closer together. So the more you are like the people you're around, I guess, in a tribe, the more likelihood for survival. Whereas if you're the odd one out, as soon as you're not in a group, like your chance of survival probably diminishes. So
Well,
that's
it's
why
the same with animals, isn't it? That's why they group together and they
Yeah.
hunt in packs.
they're all
they-
the same. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
so
weird,
yeah. You
strange.
start
Really
picking up
cool.
and taking on characteristics, but you also replicate results of the people you're around.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Like it's like there's a mad connection. It goes so deep. I mean, again, this is very off topic, but it's kind of similar. I think it happens like the body knows, right? And you
Yeah.
can if 5 women start meeting out regularly, they cycle together, don't they? Their bodies actually
Oh, yeah, yeah,
change
yeah.
times. So like there's some unconscious thing going on with the body
Yeah.
that replicates
Yeah.
that stuff. So if you're around people that are all winning constantly, like I was when I was around people just constantly raising finance, the fact I'd never done it wasn't a problem. So I was
Because
like,
they
I know
had.
all these people, they're doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But on my outside environment, it was insane.
Yeah.
You're going to get people to give you hundreds of thousands of pounds and you're going
Yeah.
to get houses for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? That's so stupid.
Yeah.
They'll just do it themselves,
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
they?
yeah,
Why
yeah.
would they give it to you?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, no, because my mate said that he's doing it. And
Yeah.
like, so if I was in that environment, it's absolutely insane.
Yes.
But in the environment I'm in,
next
it's
week, we could have
normalised.
250 and then 150. And they're going to give us money to buy a house for free.
Yeah.
That's 3.
But when you
4
say it
houses
like that, it's
It
insane,
sounds
isn't
insane.
it?
Gonna use
But when
their
you
money
break it down,
to buy a
you know, when
house.
you go into it, like you become invaluable to somebody because you have knowledge and you have experience.
But most people don't
and
see that as valuable. It's
No,
like, 'cause
Yeah.
I remember
no.
my wife was going, but they've got the money. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I've got the team, I've got the experience,
Yeah.
I've got the responsibility. Like, I'm
Yeah.
doing everything. She's like, yeah, but you've got no money. And then what I've done is I put so much value on the money. It was almost like, you know, like please, like the money was
Right.
everything because it was like,
Yeah.
that was the dictator. So when I go on investor call, I'd obviously be trying to qualify myself to them
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
say I'm deserving of the money. But now I qualify them whether I'll allow them to invest with me.
Yeah, you switch the mindset. You
The
switch
power's
the
different
Switch it
because like,
over.
when you can raise money, it's not as important to you anymore
Yeah.
because it's just a tool. You're basically hiring it for a certain period of time and paying them interest.
Yeah.
So I don't see money as like what I used to see it as. It's just like you're just hiring it like you'd hire a whacker plate or a digger to do a garden.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just renting it from you
Yeah,
temporarily and I
yeah.
give it back to you with the paid rent.
Like, and no one can take your knowledge away from you. Like, money can be taken
Or your
away
network.
or your
And
network.
who you know.
That's
And this is a
fascinating,
who you know game.
isn't it?
Yeah, of
It
course,
is,
When,
yeah.
when you wanted a deal, you knew someone who could find you it that I don't know. So how quickly did you find a deal? Within what, a week?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because of who you know.
yeah, because
Like,
of who we
and
know.
then you've been connected with lots of other people through your business that have now invested with you because again, it's who you know.
It's it's a transfer of power. It's a shift
Yeah,
in power.
but we used to do that, and it's on a bit of a lower scale with the SA stuff. When we used to get on the call with landlords, it would be a case of, you know, you get to work with us. We're not trying to take a property off you.
Yeah.
We're providing so much value. You know, you should be on your knees,
Yeah.
happy to work with us.
Yeah.
And it's that shift in mentality.
How nice is that? We have a
Yeah, yeah.
commission breath when you're
Yeah,
like begging them to work with you. So like I've
yeah.
turned down investors who I
Yeah?
don't think's right. I turned
Yeah,
one
you've
down a
got
couple
to.
months ago.
Did
Wanted
you?
to lend me 50 grand, but he was part of the group. So I was like, you're part of the group. You obviously want to do deals yourself. The fact you're trying to lend me this money is so that you don't have money to do deals. So stop being a fucking pussy. You're doing it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, no, I'm not. I'm going to give it to you. I was like, you're doing it. I'm not taking it. He's like, yes, you are. I was going, no, I'm not. And we was going back and forth on the phone. I was like, you're doing deals. This is why you're here. I'm not taking your money. And we actually had a back and forth. Like, I'm not willing to do it.
Wow.
Because I know that's not his outcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And for me, I'd rather know that I'm assisting with his outcome than trying to get another buy to let. Like, that's not what's
Yeah.
important to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that comes across well. And that's why people do reach out, because I feel like I come across really authentic. And
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are
that's the
really
point.
authentic.
I don't want to be different on camera. Then I show up in person, you're like, who's that guy? Like, oh, is that an actor online or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%. What was that quote that you said to me that I held on
Oh,
to
not-
at the beginning? Quite, one of many.
I know, that's all I do. Is I just recite
Just
quotes.
recite
They
I
quotes.
get my notes out.
You said you will make up something that's believable in order to make it true, or you will create a story inside your head that you will then believe to give you confidence that what you're doing is correct. It was right at the beginning, Lewis, when I couldn't really figure out the path of where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do. And you told me that we can make up things in our head that keep us safe in order to believe it. Can you remember?
Well, you definitely create stories to keep yourself small.
Yeah,
And then you can
100%.
justify and validate them. Like, that's why I said, when you come to a call and you've got to justify the story to me and
Yeah.
hope that I agree with this.
Yeah,
You don't.
yeah.
Like,
And you
it's
never
different.
agreed
And
with
you've
it.
never agreed with it.
But
No.
that's the point, right? It's like, no matter what you say, like, I was chatting to that Mark Stewart, and he
Probably
said
come.
on the first call, he said, like, when I said about, how much I want to make and that, he was like, yeah, probably about $500,000 a year, trying to impress you. And he said, your face on it is, oh. And he goes, you didn't even flinch, nothing. I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? Because like, he thought he would say something like, and I'd be like, oh, wow. Like, I said, I've been on calls and someone says, this time next year, I want to buy an island. And I was like, an island? Okay. How much is an island? And they're like, about 500 million. So how are you planning to rent to rent? Okay, rent to rent. Like, let's do that. So, like, again, it's not up to me I'm not here to set, like, I'm the last person who would limit you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But what we need to do is then figure out what the goal is, right? And I'm not here to tell you what size goal or what size game to play. But like, my job is just to make you think, oh wow, I'm not here to joke around with
Just to
your
normalise
goals.
the ridiculous.
Yeah, like 500.
But how are
okay.
we actually going to do it, like, sort of thing?
Yeah, like, you come on wherever you want. Like, I'm not here to judge you.
Yeah.
So like, I'll just be there just to show up. Cool, right? And then we just come up with a plan. Like, sometimes people do set outrageous goals, and you think, well, is it my job to tell them that's too far for them? But what you do is you push someone into the experience as quickly as you can for them to realise that they've set that goal in maybe a too short a time span. So someone wanted to go from no deals to buying a site to build 500 houses. They're like, I know that's the size I want to do. Okay, cool. Have you ever asked about raising finance for 500 houses? Well, no, I don't know. Okay, we'll go speak to a broker and see what qualifications or what experience you'd need to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, they said I've not done any yet, so I wouldn't be able to get the money. Okay, well, what team members would you need who had the experience to go and do that? Well, maybe go find them then.
Yeah.
Right, so you push. I'm not here to limit anyone, so I'll just push you into the experience for you to get the feedback to realise whether that's right or wrong.
Yeah,
and then we'll adjust it, and then we'll go again and again and again.
And then living through the experience then is the best teacher. So where did you do your training? So you were a scaffolder for how long?
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. What got you interested in property? What was the like?
What's your why?
I remember the moment I had the idea. So I was scaffolding, hated it. It's not what I wanted to do. I was at college. Doing public services. I wanted to get into the police and be a dog handler was my goal.
Nice.
And my dad said, listen, we're too fucking busy at work for you to mess around and become a pig. You're coming to work with me now. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Join the family business. That was it. There was no it wasn't optional. It was, hey, we're too busy. You need to come work for us. So agreed, started scaffolding. It just wasn't for me. I just didn't enjoy it. It was really hard work, backbreaking. Just didn't enjoy it. So I was like, right, how do I escape this? And we was doing work for a developer. And I was always interested in because he would show up in a brand new Range Rover, always looking smart, wearing a Rolex. He'd walk on site, have a look round, then he'd leave. And I was like, he's been here 10 minutes. And he's gone home and I'm here all day in the rain, and walking through all this mud. And then I'd ask the site manager, how much did he buy the site for? What's the build and what's the return? I was like, I need to do that. How do I get on that side? So that's when I started getting home, Googling how to buy properties. And I found it's the Property Hub podcast by Rob and Rob.
Okay.
Oh, I've listened to a couple of their stuff. One's a Scouse. Are they both Scousers?
They're both not from the south.
I think one's a Scouser. So I've listened to a few when I started as well.
Obsessively listened to every single one, day after day after day, just trying to learn this new game.
Absorb as much as you can.
And then I thought, right, I need to obviously go and meet. I don't know anyone doing this. I need to go find someone. They actually did a Property Hub meetup near me in Epsom.
Oh, wow.
And it was Thursday night and all my friends were going out and I was like, I'm going to go to this property thing. And I was like, I feel really out of place. But I went there. It was an old man's pub.
How old were you at this point?
25, 26.
Oh, okay.
So really young.
So you're 32 now. It's my age, you. So that's, it's not that long ago, really, is it?
No, I've only been doing this for 5-6 years.
Oh my God, wow.
I know. So I went to the meetup. I walked in this pub and there was a little piece of paper that said Property Hub on a table and there was just 4 what I considered old men there at the time. Right, like the stereotypical investor, what I imagined. I was like, my brain was going, you don't belong here. Like, you're too young for this. You don't know what you're doing. You won't fit in here. And I was like, I've come this far. Just go over there. Went over there, introduced myself, and I've been best friends with the guy who ran it ever since.
Wow.
He used to meet up with me every Sunday and then try and help me get started. And he would I couldn't be more grateful. His name's Justin Richards. Literally showed up every week for me. He goes, you've got something. And I remember that belief in me. I was like, really? He's like, honestly, I'll meet up with you. We'll help you get started. So he was
nice,
the first person I met.
That's amazing. I do feel like people in property, I mean, they are very helpful.
Yeah, it's one of the industries where I think, but providing value and having a network comes back around. We spoke about it before, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, yeah, helping people and
Let's
providing
sell you a
value.
course.
Yeah, of course.
10 grand.
Yeah, you've got to. That's the game, right?
I believe
But
in you for 10 grand.
It's so interesting
Yeah.
how, like, I don't think that, like, your property development ever grows past your personal development, right? The more you personally develop, the property seems to, like, come up with that.
Yeah.
So, the more I've improved myself, the more the business has grown. So, like, I know we say we're doing property, like, we're not doing property. It's really working on ourselves. That's what I think it's actually about.
Yeah, that's
Because
a
if
good
you're
way to
not
look at
working on
it.
yourself, you can't handle the stuff that comes up.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I know most, like, it's so interesting watching people at the start of their journey crumble at the most menial thing to me now.
Yeah.
Right? When you're like, what are you on about? Why are you worried about that? Like, it's nothing. Like, my buy-to-let getting trashed.
Yeah.
Right? Some people will be like, that's like their worst fear.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fine, we'll just clean it up
Just
and
clean it up, move
decorate
on.
it and it's
Yeah.
just back on. Like, how doesn't
Yeah.
that bother you? I was like, it's just, I've got bigger problems now.
What does bother you, Lou? Like, what do you get emotional about?
I don't know, I'm pretty stoic now. Or I don't know, I've had so many, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I've had so many things that I thought was like, this is the end, this is it.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's never been
ruined
the
me.
end.
And I've been like, boom, down here. And it's happened so many times like that, like, eventually you just almost like ride the waves like a lot more lower. Like, it's like becoming like emotionally used to that experience. So in the end, you just think, does this emotional reaction actually help me here? Like yesterday when, the investors pulled out.
Yeah.
It's like, it's ruined, and this deal, and I went, okay, right, I need to find someone who's going to invest in it, boom, 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 and then just take the action. Because sometimes there's no value in the emotional reaction.
There's no value in the emotional
It's like, how does this help?
reaction.
How does worrying help right now? How does
Yeah.
feeling sorry for myself help?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Doesn't.
No.
not
But
at all.
responsibility does, going, damn it, right, how did I not see that situation playing out? What could I have done differently next time to make sure that he was going to be in for the full run? Like, there's certain things I look back on now, I think maybe that was a sign there that he might not have been as committed as I thought, that I might have overlooked. So the personal responsibility side changes everything for me.
Yeah.
Everything's my fault.
Yeah.
Everything is my
I've heard
fault.
that before.
Like,
It's a good way to look at things.
My house getting trashed, that's my fault.
Why?
Because it's my house. I'm responsible for it. I think, right, did I get the agents, did I make sure the agents done a 6-month checkup, whatever? Did I go around and check it as much as I should have? Is there some things that could have shown up that I would have seen before that had happened?
Yeah.
You know, like, what process can we add that's different?
Yeah.
Like, even when it's not, say, like, my direct fault, there's always something I could do in that sequence that would change the outcome next time.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, it gives you power by being responsible for everything rather than taking power away and just blaming.
But it does, no, definitely. I agree that you can't blame people, but you can't be responsible all the time for everything.
No, but you can't get emotional.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
We'll play out a scenario. And I'll find a way that it's my fault.
You have hundreds and hundreds of houses on buy-to-let.
Cool. So it's my team who I'm responsible for, who are managing it.
All right. So the team, So you would, okay.
There's
so
always,
the team.
like, again, it's not saying like to make yourself a victim, but it's always just trying to find a way that you could play a part in that not happening again.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's
and
what you're really
learning from
looking
it.
for.
And learning from it.
Yeah, and learning from it as quickly as you can.
And we say that we never make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
We always
that's
learn.
it. So you say,
But
right, how could we do something different next time?
how
Because
could we
we
do
should have
different
had
next
that in
time?
place, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
And when you know better, you do better.
And that's the bit that
So it's not to make yourself wrong or anything. Like, I actually learned this, right? I learned this lesson from such a wild story. From having a bath and I was cooking a pizza at the same time. So I said to Dev, right, I'm going to chuck the pizza in the oven. I'm going to go have a bath. Can you take the pizza out when it's done? So I've jumped in the bath, got out of the bath, gone back downstairs, and the pizza was still in the oven. It was black. And I was like, why didn't you take it out of the oven? She's like, I didn't know I was supposed to. I didn't hear you say that. I was like, right, I could go into blame and go, well, it's your fault. I did tell you, but I thought, right, what could I have actually done differently to make sure that pizza didn't get burned?
Yeah.
And that one thing, like, opened me up going, I could have put a timer on that would have alerted her. I could have messaged her to check. Like, there's lots of things I could have done to prevent my pizza getting
and
burned.
that's
And it was such a weird realization. I was like,
realise that your
where else
day-to-day
is-
life becomes, you take a lot more responsibility for everything,
Yeah.
don't you?
And you have a lot fewer arguments.
But then you
Yeah,
realise
yeah.
that,
people.
you know, there's a wonderful saying. It's like, wherever I am, there I am. It's like, wherever I go, there I am. Like, whatever sequence is showing up in your life, you are there in your life. There's a sequence that you're there involved in everything.
Yeah.
So it's, what could I do differently next time? Because I've got a part to play in all my life.
And there is an element of
Sometimes it feels nice though, just having a shout.
And it is, right? It is
People doesn't hear
wonderful.
it, so you are fucking fault.
So this is what I learned from Tom Billieu. Tom Billieu said like the feedback, right, that you get is like a piece of gold, right? So imagine it as gold, but the feedback is thrown at you. So I could throw this feedback at you, and it's either you close your eyes, take it, and get hit in the face, and it's going to hurt, or you can put a shield up and deflect it.
Yeah.
So the deflection will save you the pain, but then when it hits you in the face, you get to pick it up and keep that bit of gold.
Yeah,
So it's like, would you rather just take it and go, oh, it hurts
hell,
being
it's
my
mad.
fault, or I could deflect it and blame, oh, it's their fault, boom, boom, but then you miss the value.
Yeah.
So like now I actually want it to be my fault so I can do something differently to progress as
Next
quickly
time,
as
so
I
it doesn't
can.
happen again.
But
Yeah, like
but also you don't feel shame, and that's your environment. So you're allowing yourself to make mistakes and learn from them. I feel as if people who can't take responsibility is because they feel shame.
because what meaning are they associating to the responsibility?
Yeah.
This means I'm stupid. This
Yeah.
means I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
This means I'm dumb.
That's when it comes down to the
this means
ego,
I'm
doesn't
an
it? You-
idiot.
That's ego.
Like,
That hurts your ego to
Pride.
and
and you
which is
guys
how we're
went,
wired up.
this means I can do this project better next time.
Yeah.
This means I know what's going to happen so I can prevent it. Like you associate a positive meaning to it.
Yeah.
Again, that's mindset. You think that's property. Like it's not property.
Yeah.
Everything's happening internally.
Yeah.
Personal responsibility. That's it. No, I'm falling down on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. That's what it's all about. And the quicker you take more responsibility, the better your life is instantly.
Instantly.
It's the best thing ever. Like that realization from burning a pizza changed my whole life. Because it just means I could progress so fast in every area.
Relationships is so much better when you take responsibility.
Yeah, of course.
When you stop blaming other people.
This is your fault. Well, no, that's actually I reacted to how you spoke to me. So you know, if you speak nicer, maybe I wouldn't react that way, right?
Yeah.
It's everything. So
It is
that's
everything.
why I want to be responsible so that I can improve to do it better next time. Like that's always the game.
I love that. I think that's a lovely place to end, really.